What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we got why I'm not moving back to the US after living in Germany for over 4 years. So I mean, we're gonna get some opinions from someone who lived in the US. I mean, for I don't know for how long, but now they're in Germany for 4 years. So let's get her thoughts, her opinions, way of life in Germany. And yeah, maybe some of us might be interested in this, you know, especially me. I'm totally interested in this. So let's see what we got here. I skipped the intro part. We're getting straight into the video. So yeah, guys, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get it.
And just shows that you support my channel. So let's just jump right into this with number one. So I've been getting a lot of comments from some of my subscribers asking when I'm going to go back to the States or if I'm going to go back to the States. And that's basically the reason why I'm making this video.
Are you?
From my perspective at this moment in time, I do not see myself ever moving back to the United States. I've gotten a taste of something different. And this is not to say that the United States is, you know, just something totally bad. It's just my perspective and
okay, everyone had their own opinions. So
stay in Germany or in Europe. Number one is safety. I find the safety
that's huge
in Germany completely different, obviously, than New York and New York City. But I actually feel as a woman quite safe in general here in Germany. I don't feel like I have to clutch my bag, clutch my pearls every time I'm walking down the street. I generally do feel very, very safe in the streets. Obviously, you know, maybe there might be some stairs. More specifically, if I'm walking at night, obviously you need to keep yourself on guard. I'm not saying drop your guard when you're here in Germany, but I generally do feel safe. I always felt in the United States, especially in New York, because that's where I'm from, that you just have to keep
New York is not a safe place.
You just have to really look out. It could be different for other US states, but for New York, especially if I go into the city or if I'm just in a little rural area from New York, I just feel like I have to, you know, watch out. And of course, this is not to say that crime and crazy stuff does not happen in Germany.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just not so big as it is in the States, as it is in New York. Number two.
Okay, so just a comment on that. Like, safety is a big thing for me as well. Like, currently I live in Cyprus. I'm half British, half Cypriot, but living in Cyprus. And Cyprus is a really safe place. And when I actually go, like, maybe, like, holidays to different countries, I don't feel that safety that I feel here. Like, I mean, I'm afraid to, like, go out and stuff, you know? So, like, safety is a big thing for me as well. Like, I want to live in countries which are mostly safe, so... yeah, I agree on that.
It's quite easy to go back to New York.
Wait, what was that?
In New York. Number two, it's actually quite
not that far to get back home. Okay.
From Germany. Normally, I would have a layover, for example, in either Paris or Amsterdam for maybe an hour, and then it's just a 7 hour 20 flight.
That's not too bad, I guess.
So it's not like across the world. It's not like New York is so far from me that I don't get to see my parents, and I am quite blessed that I am able to go back to New York at least twice a year to visit family. So it doesn't feel like I'm completely ostracized here in Germany. On top of that, I do FaceTime with my family every day, so this deep homesickness doesn't really take me over. It's obviously there, but it doesn't overwhelm me because I do get the chance to visit my family often. Number three, Germany is very, very family friendly. I mean,
Germany family friendly.
Anywhere where it's just like so family oriented. I've never seen this before, and for me it kind of warms my heart because I do want to start a family, and I would love to start a family in Germany. And the fact that things are just so, you know, child friendly. There's like little grandmas looking out the windows, watching the kids walk home, making sure, you know, everybody's getting to where they need to get to.
It's like a dream life.
Like, to have a family here in Germany, it would be really safe. For example, if I were to have a family in the States, I personally feel like I would never let my child walk home.
That is true.
After school, or even walk.
That is true, man.
And if they have to because of circumstances, like I have to go to work, I would just be shaking because I would be in such fear. I have just seen such crazy things happening in New York with missing children and just that whole works.
Wow.
And here
that's
in Germany,
just insane,
it's not really a thing like that. You see kids, like little kids walking home, and it's just, everyone understands that it's just a safe environment. It's actually normal for kids to walk home alone, and they always get to their destinations.
Yeah, but for me as well, like, if I lived in the US, which I know it's not a safe place, I mean, I wouldn't let my children walk home. I don't have any children, but you get the point. Like, you don't want to risk something like that. I mean, it's scary.
So I really do love that about Germany. I cannot wait to actually start a family here. The fourth thing why I would not leave
Fourth
Germany
thing,
is the school system.
education.
The school system in Germany
Okay.
is really, really, really good, as well as it's free. The aspect of paying for university in New York, you're paying like arm and your leg. That's actually what it costs to go to university. I think it's not right. I personally don't think that you should be paying for an education. I think a lot of things, but the point is in Germany, you don't have to do that. If you're going to university, you can pay absolutely nothing for university, just the school fees, which could potentially be 500 to 600 euros, but I would pay that 600 euros definitely compared to a 30 grand tuition, definitely. And I think if I have a family and I want to have maybe 3 kids, don't judge me, I want to have a lot of kids, but for example, if I want to have 3 kids and I have to support them through college and pay for their
I think I would also like 2 or 3. That's the max, like kids. 2 or 3 kids.
university degree, I would probably go bankrupt, I don't know, or eating rice for dinner, only rice, because I could not afford anything else. It's just so expensive in New York to go to school, and I think I can say this for all of the states, it's expensive for a degree, and here in Germany, that's something that you don't have to worry about. So the fifth thing is just going to be the higher standard of living. Every time a subscriber asks me why I would choose Germany over the US, one of the things that I mentioned is the higher standard of living. Coming from New York, where everything is just so expensive.
I believe what she's saying.
I just read this online. Don't quote me on it, but New York City has just been called the most expensive city in the States, outranking San Francisco. Again,
so
don't
New
quote
York
me on
is...
that. New York is just expensive.
It's an expensive city, guys.
What you pay for is so little. You get basically nothing for your buck.
Wow.
And it just makes no sense. But here in Germany, you have a higher standard of living, as well as it's affordable. Your whole salary is not gone paying for your rent or your mortgage, and you can still afford to eat, and you can still afford to go out to dinner, go out with friends. It's all still very affordable. Things are taken care of here in Germany. For example, the roads. This is just a funny story, but my dad and little sister did just visit me. They're already back in the States, but the first thing that my dad said to me was that, wow, what kind of like pavement, what kind of gravel thing are they using on the streets that their streets are so perfect and always perfect?
Wow, imagine,
how does it
bro.
not get destroyed? And he's only saying that because in New York, I mean, like,
is it that
New
bad?
York, shame on you. The streets,
really?
Shame on you. The streets in New York,
that's something I did not know.
They're ghetto. I'm not even kidding. The potholes in New York will literally destroy your car.
That's actually mind-blowing for me, bro.
If you just drive into one pothole,
game over.
Your whole car could be destroyed. Here in Germany, those things are taken care of. So number 6.
That's another good thing about Germany.
Coming from
nature is another huge thing. But I think they have that in the US as well.
Island, nature really wasn't a thing in my life. I never really
looked
out the window.
If you're in New York, you don't really see nature. But in Germany, you can probably drive a few, like maybe 1 hour, and you're in nature, you know? So
there was no forest around me, or the mountains. There's no mountains around me. I never was really in that scene. And I wouldn't say I'm like super in that scene, but to actually live in nature and be surrounded by, mountains and the Alps and
it is
things
pretty
like
cool.
That, it really just puts me personally like in a peaceful mindset to be able to wake up and see that, or to be able to just maybe walk 20 minutes and I can just walk into a forest or see horses. It really is something therapeutic for me, which I didn't have in New York, and I don't know if I would want to give that up again. You just have to see it and be in it to kind of understand what I mean. So
that rhymed. See it to be in it. See it in it. Wow.
Last point that I want to talk about.
So let's see the final one. Traveling.
The basis of my channel is a travel channel. It's partially a travel channel. And in New York, I mean, it just wasn't working. To travel anywhere, even within the States, it might cost you $1 or $2. But here in Germany, we're like kind of center in Europe, and I find that it's very easy to travel anywhere.
I'm guessing it is
expensive. And since my channel is partially a travel channel, this is something that I, need to do. I need to travel, as well as I love to travel.
So a thing like in US, if you want to travel to another country, I mean, the US is huge. So just to get out of the US, you'll need hours, with a plane. But in Germany, as she is now, like all the other European countries are all around it. So she wants to travel to a country, she can do that. It's much easier, in other words.
Well, I want to see new places, but I also don't want to empty out my pockets because I don't have it like that. So I don't want to be emptying out my pockets just to go to Northern Germany or just to go to the UK. I don't want to do that. And that's the luxury that I have living in Germany, is that I can travel freely, affordably, comfortably, and still have money to spend in the place that I'm going to, basically. So we've reached the end of the video.
So there you have it.
Enjoyed it.
Wow. Yeah, that video really, really interested me, actually. Really enjoyed it. Some good tips, some good thoughts from her opinions. Let me know your thoughts on this as well, guys, in the comments below. Hope you all did enjoy. And yeah, we'll be seeing you in the next video, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys, and peace out.